had four brood in here, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yep. This one is flying really nice out of the very front, which is a plus.
We ready?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Little smoke in the front. They're working really hard today. They've been out flying since first light, just about. Look at the top entrance there, or the top of the inner cover. There's a little bird comb there, and quite a few bees kind of hanging around. We couldn't have a video without one of my neighbors mowing the lawn, so that's going on. Let's see. So again, check that inner cover for a queen. Remember last year we found a few queens on the sucker. Not what we want to do. We got a really good dandelion crop around here. So we'll see what the bees do for bringing in nectar. Just have some hives that just can't leave the bird comb alone, and you want to cry because they're wasted so much of your energy, and we're going to cut it all out and throw it away. And you can lay it in front of the hive. They'll pick any nectar they got out of it, then collect it. The end of the season, melt it down. You'll have, you know, half a quart jar full of bird comb, and you can sell it or make something out of it. Okay, we're going to take out the outside frame away from where the bees are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we got bees on frame 5. So we're looking good. Frame 6, nothing going on. That would be expected. We should have approximately a frame of brood hatched out. We're lucky.
It's heavy.
Okay. Nothing on that side, but this is frame 5, but look at that. All nectar. You can see it glistening. Look at that. That's beautiful. And that was not there last Saturday.
Yep.
Okay, so that's all this week. And they're going crazy and they're drawing comb.
And this is not syrup either, because
Nope.
you haven't fed them.
No, I haven't fed them since last Wednesday, so that's all nectar brought in. Okay, that's a real plus. Now here's a brood comb.
Heavier.
Now we're gonna look for cap brood, which it all should be cap brood. Oh, look at that laying. It's just perfect. Out to the edge, you know, a little bit. What's in the corner there? It looks to me like they're putting a little nectar in there.
Yep.
Yep.
And some pollen, but also there's larvae.
Yeah. So we got that. So we got a full frame of brood. So frame number 4 is brood. Okay.
And eggs. Lots of eggs. So she's pushing the hive nicely.
So she should have gone back now and kind of moved back to where the first frame hatches out and start laying through. So that's what you should expect. That's why knowing where your first frame of brood is really good. And we need to mark our frames at the end of the day that are drawn out. We didn't mark 1, 2, 3 or okay. Okay, see the hatch out? That was all solid last week on Saturday. Now we start going hunting for queen. And I'll tell you what, the frame next to it, frame number 3, has a partial hatch out on the outside. Let's see what the other side looks like.
Okay, every cell has an egg in it.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, flip it over. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we've had probably one side complete hatch out on this frame alone. So that just added 3,000 bees to your hive. Okay.
So there's 3-day-old eggs and some 1-day-old larvae.
Wow.
So
that's interesting. You want to be looking to see the ages of stuff, because we talk about it a lot, but it helps you to understand the dynamics of what's happening in your hive. It really helps to know kind of where to look next week when you check it. Okay? So we're going to slide that back in there. That's a frame of brood because she's laid back through it. Okay.
this was lighter.
So it's lighter because we had a massive brood hatch there. Look at this. Show that to Jim.
Just a second.
Eggs in it.
Eggs and really young larvae.
We got nice pollen over here. So Jim's gonna get a good picture of this. We're missing our super video photographer. He's up in Alaska playing. Instead of wearing shorts, he's wearing his winter gear. And look at that all hatched out. So we've had approximately 2 full frames hatch out since last Saturday. Remember, we didn't have any hatch out when we got into these hives on Saturday. Surprised the queen isn't on that frame, aren't you?
Actually, yes, but this one's all laid.
It is?
Yeah. There's eggs everywhere.
All right.
Now this is interesting. You know, see the different color of these cells? They're yellow instead of the brownish. So they stored pollen in there, but now they've removed the pollen and queens relayed the cells. You don't see that a lot.
Excellent.
Man, she's pushing them.
Boy, she is. That's a lot of brood to lay.
So we have a pretty good idea where she's at.
Remember, it's not necessary to see her as much as you want to see that she's performing well, and this queen is performing just outstanding. And we're going to be super careful with the frames because we don't know where she is. And you can see right here why we put the inner cover down here. The bees are walking in the hive off that inner cover like no tomorrow. And she laid that one brood. Okay, so we got brood there to get ready to hatch. Hopefully by next week.
Probably.
Yeah.
More eggs in the corner there. And larvae in this corner. She's a laying queen. More eggs. Jimmy. Now where the heck is she?
Now this one here, you'll notice she's got a nice ring of nectar across the top, which is what you always want to see, sign that they're doing things right. Let's see.
Well, there's no comb down there, so. So normally I would just close her up because there's a lot of evidence we have a queen, but
We ought to smoke the top again.
they're acting so nice. That's the other thing. These are some gentle bees.
These are outstandingly gentle bees.
You'll notice how I barely touched them with the smoke.
You don't want to disturb the bees down on the comb. You just want to get the ones that are on top of the top bar to leave.
So now we do the queen.
Now we're doing a queen check. So we're just looking. Remember, you're looking for something that's an odd movement and maybe a green dot. They might have eaten it off of her already. Who knows? I don't see a sign of it.
They have really left gaps so that she can move easily. Look at the dancing going on.
Oh yeah, look at that dance right there. Found a new spot for honey. There's another dance on that one.
Yeah?
Look at that. Now your challenge is see if you can figure out what it said. Remember, a lot of times if the queen stops, the bees will cover the top of her sometimes.
Especially in the bright sunlight.
Okay, we'll move that back very gently. The key here is, if you notice how we move slowly, we're very gentle with the frames. You notice the bees have moved back up here on the top bars again a little bit. Make sure when you're using your smoker, you don't blow the smoke down between the frames. It's warm enough that the bees are spread out real good on, but look at all the bees here taking care of the brood. You can just see them trying to feed it and everything.
Wow. Little cup back in here.
Now we missed that the first time through. Now remember, they'll make cups. I tend to, and I think Ted does too, we tend to cut them out. But I don't like leaving them, but they keep making more, so it doesn't really matter. But always check your cups to make sure they're not putting an egg in there.
If there are cups on the bottom, I'll leave them. But if they're a hidden cup, I take them out.
Yep.
Oh, here's an emerging brood right here.
Yeah, there is.
I don't know if you want to video it.
Want to go over there, cover it up, move on away. It's amazing she laid that so soon after, the brood's hatching on that settle frame. I don't see a sign. Again, there's nectar in the corners of this frame too. They're getting plenty of food, so that's a good sign.
A beekeeper habit to start is always have your hive tool in your hand. Just use 2 fingers to hold it, but don't be putting it around, laying it on the ground, whatever. There she is.
Yep.
Now, where were you the first time through? Is that green dot?
How nice and long she is. She's gonna lay nice eggs. Nice, her abdomen area is all brown.
There she is at the top. So
We be a little careful sticking them back in if they're around the wood. 'Cause you just don't know. Now we know she's on the bottom and moving up, so we'll stick her back in. But you don't want her on the sidebars. Just wait till she moves. She'll move. Don't be in a hurry. All right, we can close this baby up. You guys got a chance to see the queen. So we have 5 frames of bees. Maybe, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is, so, and 4 frames of brood. Okay, here please. And we're gonna mark the frames that have had, that are drawn out. We put a 24 on it so you know how old that frame is. And the first one.
Okay. That one.
An army guy with good penmanship. That's amazing.
So, no reason to feed them.
Plenty of food.
But she's definitely going to need a second box on the next field day.
So what we're looking at here is we're going to leave the feeder in because they still got frames to pull out. We'll leave the feeder in case the weather changes or something and we want to add but when we add the second box, we got a choice, move the feeder completely or add it to the second box. But right now this hive does not need to be fed. Okay, now Ted's going to mark the status on the top.
So, the hive weighed 37 pounds.
Correct.
So, I always put down that we saw the queen. Queen, right? She's doing her job. There's eggs, larvae, and brood.
Yep.
And then we had 4.5
For
brood.
brood, 4.5.
You put bees first, so.
Yeah.
And that was 5, right?
Yes.
5 frames of bees.
So we were 4 last time. We're 5 now. We're probably actually 6 because we're looking at it and a whole bunch of them are out flying around. But we know that we had a frame and a half completely hatch out already. So that adds, you know, we would see this number from 4 to 5 make sense. Okay?
It's a special queen when you go from 4 frames of brood to 4.5 during a large hatch out.
Yep. That is an excellent queen. Right.
And then I just put good honey, or if we got frames of honey, we'll do 1 frame. Adding up the small amounts of honey.
Yeah.
There's only a half a frame that actually had lots of nectar in it. Probably should have. I think we should have looked at it.
No, it's all right. She's going to lay back through and then they're going to start drawing out.
Oh, she's already back through.
But we'll be switching those frames around next week.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Just leave that pad there.
That's it for today.
Yep.
See you at the meeting.